Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where professionals and entrepreneurs go to grow their business and leave a legacy. On this special segment, it's another edition of real estate market updates from across the country. And today joining me on the call is Jennifer McKee. She's the founder and host of the Real Life Show podcast, found wherever podcasts are listened to. And she's based out of the Greater Palm Springs area, where she specializes as a realtor with Riviera West Realtors. Jennifer, welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
So Jennifer, tell us a little bit about yourself and the type of folks that you specialize in helping.
Well, I love people and I love homes, and then real estate, putting those together was such a great fit for me. I moved to the Greater Palm Springs area 4 years ago and thought I was just going to dabble in real estate. And in the first year, I sold over 40 homes and
Wow.
In dabbling. And I thought, wow, this market is hot. It's an amazing market out here. And I'm having a killer time with it. So I'm not going to dabble anymore. I'm just going to go all in. And that's what I've been doing for 4 years out here. And I'm having the time of my life. I sell or help buyers. I help sellers, all ages, all stages of life, but really the Greater Palm Springs area is such a hot spot for retirees. So I would say a good majority of my clientele is people that are trying to escape the northern winters and come down here for either full-time living, retirement living, or vacation home. So it's all these people are really happy. So they're great, happy clients that are getting to live their retirement life with sunshine and palm trees. Does it get better than that?
Wow, you're starting to inspire my thoughts about that as well.
Call me.
That's right. So Jennifer, what a lot of people want to know, and I'm super curious about this question, is how has the pandemic affected people's decisions these days, and specifically real estate in the Palm Springs, Greater Palm Springs area?
Well, the first couple of weeks of when our state went into lockdown, I believe that was that March. It's so hard. Time is just such a weird thing right now. It's all blending together. But I think all realtors out here we were like, oh no, we will never sell another home. But so for 2 weeks, it was like dead silent. No one was doing anything. Also, the governor here made it the first 2 weeks like we weren't considered essential workers, so we couldn't show homes or anything. So that kind of stops sales. But after that, when he released that and allowed realtors, basically said we were essential workers, my phone started ringing off the hook. The real estate market rebounded very, very quickly after those first 2 weeks, and we're actually ahead of the curve. Like we're farther along this year at this point than we were last year in sales. And so normally out here, because the weather is so intensely hot in the summer, I mean, we can get up above 120 degrees. Usually it's kind of like it slows down. It did not slow down this summer. It has been a wild ride, and it's changed the way we do business, of course, because we have to take extra precautions, but the real estate market is hot.
Tell me about when your phones opened back up again and they started ringing. Like, were the calls different? What were people asking for you now? Was it different than before?
Yes, it was very different. So normally we have a lot of Canadians that come down and want to find homes, and a lot of people from the north. But what I was finding was that it was a lot of people from the city, from Los Angeles and from Orange County, and from the high population areas, where people were wanting to come out to the desert, which is only an hour and a half to 2 hour drive from the city. If traffic is good, it can be triple that if traffic is bad.
Sounds like Chicago.
Exactly, you get it. But we were seeing an influx of people wanting to, because a lot of people are working remotely. And so they're saying, let's get out of the city. And so I had a huge influx of buyers from LA and Orange County looking for either just a getaway home that they could come and escape the city from time to time and maybe Airbnb it, when they're not there to offset the cost, or just a full-time residence to escape the city. because not only are you dealing with pandemics, but everything else going on in the world with riots and things like that, where they were wanting to escape high population areas.
What would be your number one piece of advice today in this current market that buyers and sellers should be aware of, like maybe more important now than ever before? What would that advice be?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I could talk forever about this. I'm going to try to keep it very concise.
Mhm.
I Where we're at in a lot of places in the country, it's a seller's market because inventory is very low, and but demand is still very high. So I would say buyers, if you want to be able to get a home and find the home you want, be prepared, find a reputable agent who you know, like, trust, and get pre-approved. Get an agent that will fight for you to write creative offers that will set you far above the other people that are, because it's in many areas in the country, it's a multiple offer scenario going on. So you have to write very strong offers. You got to be pre-approved. You got to be ready to pull the trigger in a moment's notice. You can't hem and haw. And in a lot of markets like our market, buyers can't lowball because it is a seller's market. However, I would say to buyers, don't let that overwhelm you because interest rates are low, low, low. And it's a great time to be a buyer too. So it's this kind of really cool time in the real estate market where, yes, it is a seller's market, but it's an amazing time to be a buyer because we have historic interest rates right now. So, and I would say to sellers, inventory is low almost all over the country. Now's the time to sell.
That's sage advice. Before I ask you my last question, Jennifer, tell us like a little bit about yourself, how you got started in real estate and what inspired you.
Well, I'm a mom to 5 kids, and I have 3 teenage sons that are, well, actually my oldest just joined the Navy. So I'm reeling from that, from one leaving the nest. And then I had a surprise pregnancy 6 years ago that was identical twin girls. And so we have a house full, my husband and I was wanting to do something that I could have flexibility in my schedule in my life to not only be a wife and a mom, but to still be in the work world and have a career and just kind of scratch that itch. And real estate, I thought, oh, it'll be something I can just, like I said, dabble in. And then it became such an amazing career opportunity for me. And I'm still able to juggle being a wife and mom and all of that, and work from my home office. And that's what did it, really. My background really was in the arts. I got a music degree in college. I went into music performance, and then it fell into acting and hosting and things like that. And that is something that I still do on the side. And with my podcast, I'm able to scratch that creative itch as well. But real estate was something that I could do in the work world and as a career that would allow me to do all the things I wanted to do. And still, I love people, love meeting new people, I love helping people, and I love homes. So it just was a great fit for me. And I'm having the time of my life.
That is absolutely terrific. Jennifer, for folks that are listening now that could use your help and are considering the greater Palm Springs area, how can they find you, connect with you, and get in touch and potentially work together with you?
The easiest way to find me is jennifermckee.com. And I'm also on all the social media places, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. You can find me in all those places. But jennifermckee.com, you can find all the links to everything there. And I answer, a lot of realtors don't answer their phone, shocker, but I answer my phone. I have it glued to my hand all the time. So you'll have all my contact information. I'll text you, I'll call you, we'll email, we'll chat, whatever. I'd love to help you.
That's terrific. Jennifer, I really appreciate you taking the time and sharing with my listeners today. I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Thank you so much.
I'm Mark Imperial. This segment, again, has been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com, the place where professionals and entrepreneurs go to grow their businesses and leave a legacy. So if you want information on publishing your own book to generate more leads and clients for your business and leave a legacy, go to booksgrowbusiness.com. That's all for now. And until my next expert spotlight, take care. I'm Mark Imperial.